But you know what Katie did that was very smart?
What?
That no one's ever done before in the past.
What?
Ever.
What?
Maybe you're wrong. Maybe I'm wrong.
Ever.
But Katie said one thing that's very, very wise.
What?
She said, Hey guys, welcome to This Is Not a Podcast. I'm Keith.
I'm Jade.
And I'm Callison.
Today is the 4th week of The Bachelor. Lots of things happen. For example, new girls. They come in.
New girls. So many new girls.
And apparently Victoria and Anna are like friends.
Yeah.
And they like
partners in crime.
Like Gossip Girl over here.
Terrible individuals. But I think Victoria wins. But yeah.
Let's get into it. So what's the first thing that happens in this episode?
So Matt is reflecting on Sarah leaving.
Okay.
He's hurt, really felt something between them.
He didn't reflect that hard though.
No. He moved on real quick.
Yeah.
So,
and then it jumped into the group date, right?
yeah, I still think Sarah's going to come back. I don't think it's going to be anytime soon.
Okay. All the girls in this episode definitely thought Sarah was coming back.
They're worried about it.
Yeah.
I thought if it was going to be anyone, it would be her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, and then it kind of goes to the girls sitting around and they're like reflecting on Sarah leaving, and Victoria's just awful. Like
she's a terrible individual.
Saying something about taking out the trash, and Katie sticks up for her, which is like, thank you, Katie. Like the only one in that group, unless they're not showing us like someone else saying something. But why is Katie the only person that's like defending someone that Victoria is talking crap about?
Katie seems to be like the most like enlightened person in this show.
Like,
well, because she knows the whole situation with Sarah, of course, and I think it's opening her eyes to other things now, like how much the show can affect people and like their identities, and we see her backing a lot of people up in the future, especially this new girl, Brittany. We'll talk a little bit about that later. But so after that point, Katie and Victoria,
they have a little feud. Yeah,
they have a little feud.
Much needed.
Who do you think wins there? I think it was Katie.
Well, there's no winning when you have Katie versus Victoria. It's more like who's going to just call it quits first, I guess.
Yeah. Victoria does this thing where she says, just shut up.
Yeah, no, she
like,
does. And you're like, you're not winning by saying that. Like, that's a straight loss.
You can't come up with anything else other than
shut up. Just,
like,
I wouldn't. Or she goes, I wouldn't do that. If you, next time you think about talking to me like that, I wouldn't. Okay, what does that mean? Like, what are you gonna do? Like, just try to intimidate me? I'm not intimidated.
Yeah.
Try again.
Yeah, I wasn't the biggest fan of like Katie this entire season, but this episode I'm kind of growing to like Katie now.
I'm definitely Katie.
I mean, I wasn't like not a fan of her. I was just like, Katie.
Yeah.
But now it's like, okay, all right.
She's
Katie. Like, so like in the first episode we had
gumption. I like
Victoria was the empath, MJ was the empath. But who's the real empath here?
Yeah.
Probably Katie.
Probably Katie.
Well, I feel like she's the most, she's enlightened. She knows more about the situation than most people do. And I think that took her to the next level versus other girls. If they knew what happened with Sarah.
True. No one really, they still don't know much about Sarah.
I know. No one knows except for her. So I think she's kind of becoming that person now that like really understands people and is trying to take people like for what they give her. And also, giving them the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, and these girls have been here for 3 to 4 weeks, and they're getting really tired, and their colors are starting to show, and seems that Katie still has a voice of reason left with her.
She's definitely the voice of reason, for sure.
So Katie kind of tells her, like, I don't think you should have said those things about Sarah. Like, she's not even around here. Just drop it. And
she's like, I'll be a beach.
She's like, this is me expressing myself.
And she's like, I'll call her a beach if I want to. You're a beach. And
it's like expressing yourself how? Talking bad about somebody else that's expressing yourself.
I mean, isn't that the entire internet to begin with?
Just poor reasoning
You're
skills.
right.
Like Victoria is like the voice of the internet, expressing themselves.
Yeah. True.
Stupid.
Don't defend her though.
I'm not defending her. I'm just kind of relate how like everyone who's on the internet leaving all these negative comments or whatever, that like you see yourself, that is Victoria in the flesh.
Yeah.
You know?
In the flesh, yeah.
But
like
yet people don't see themselves that way. Yeah.
They it's like Victoria.
Exactly.
She's the forefront of that group of
But people don't see it that way when they're typing really mean comments.
Yeah.
But,
And then, so the main point of this kind of time was the group date. And in the group date, we see Chelsea and Matt talking about a couple things, including, their identity as, Black individuals in America. And she was saying something about, I guess, her hair and how it was explaining the story behind.
Wait, are we in the group date?
The group
party.
date.
Okay.
At the group date party. So that's supposed to be the main focus, but we get a little bit of drama with the whole Victoria Katie situation. But we see Chelsea and Matt apparently bond in that moment. It looked like it on camera, but when she got the rose, I think that confirmed it. But she essentially was just talking about how, like, as an African American woman, with her hair, she felt like it was this huge thing, and like she had to be kind of the white version of a black person, and by straightening her hair and appearing to be more white, and that ultimately she just kind of decided to shave it all off, and apparently it was very enlightening, and I think that was kind of the majority of the conversation that I remember, at least.
Off topic, but did I miss the first half of that group date?
Yeah.
We're on a group date, right?
I don't know.
Yeah,
where did they go?
It kind of seems like it jumped into it. I thought maybe
was it like last
me.
week? Did last week have a group date ending or something? What's going on?
I don't remember.
Because
I
all of a sudden,
jumped into it too, and I didn't understand how it was like at the
they're at a group
party
date.
of a group date.
The first part of the group date must have been so boring they didn't air it, or one of the producers' favorites did something bad and they didn't want to air that.
Yeah.
So they're like, we're just gonna cut that first part of the group date out because it makes what's her face look really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it was kind of suspicious to me. Or these guys have been here for 3 weeks and there's only been like how much, like not that much dates,
No, yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah.
They could have had like 20 days by now, and each girl could have their own one-on-one because it's a lot of days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where are all these dates at? They don't need to be complicated.
Yeah.
They should have like one-on-one dates that are fancy, then one-on-one dates that are just like chill.
So basically, this whole date was super
boring.
It was super boring. It was
Yeah.
overshadowed by Victoria and Katie's conversation because I was just floored by the way that she reacted.
I want to make one quick note.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure when, but we saw Mari
Okay. Yeah.
with her curly hair. And that's the first time I've seen her with her curly hair. And I was like, who's this girl?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, who's
Oh,
this
yeah.
girl?
That's true.
Like, oh, that's Mari. And that's probably her natural curly hair.
Yeah.
Keep your natural curly hair. I like it. That is all.
Anywho.
Anywho. So after that, the cocktail party, I think Bree had a good connection with Matt and Nat. And then...
Oh, yeah, I love Bree.
Yeah, Bree's another non-dramatic person who just seems like she's not causing drama,
good
but she's
gal.
not like Katie and like trying to be anti-drama.
Yeah.
She's just like, I'm here
Yeah.
for 3 weeks. And like, I can see Bree as a very strong person. Like, no matter what Bree goes through, she's just like, I'm here,
That's
ready
true.
to go.
Yeah.
I could totally see her as the next Bachelorette, too.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, me too. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then also, even though I don't like Kit, it seems like him and Kit bond a little more in that moment, and he said something about that.
Yeah.
So, there was
That's
that.
like the first time we actually saw Kit.
Talk.
Yeah. She seems so interesting. Like, I want to know more about her. And I hope we get like a one-on-one date with her because I want to
Do you think we will?
her. Well, I think it's interesting that they don't talk about her age. Like, every time there's a young person that's like 21, 22,
Interesting.
like all the
Yeah.
girls gang up on them. Like, she's here. She's too young.
I wonder why they didn't gang up on her in the beginning.
don't know.
Interesting.
Maybe because she seems
Very
more mature,
suspicious. Because she calls herself the president.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And no one wants to mess with her. Yeah. And then Victoria at the cocktail party.
Before
Victoria,
the rose ceremony?
Before the rose ceremony.
Okay.
Victoria, I guess all the girls were trying to speak to him first, and I think there was a point where Victoria was talking about how Anna called talking to him first, and then, ultimately neither Anna or Victoria ended up
Yeah.
talking to him first.
Why'd they even
But
leave
someone
that
else
in?
did.
Why'd they leave that in?
I don't
wonder.
know, because it was weird. I think it was because Victoria sounded like a brat.
Well,
She's like, I'm taking him anyways. Like,
I
she
think-
thinks that she's getting him,
Yeah.
but I'm not. Yeah.
I think maybe it was put in because like in the episode you see Victoria like and Anna talking like buddy kind of thing, but yet Victoria still doesn't respect Anna at all.
Exactly. She throws. Yeah, she didn't care.
It's like no
Yeah.
matter how much
She's
friends you
number
think
one.
you are with Anna
Yeah.
or with Victoria, you're not
no,
actually
you're
friends
not
with
friends with-
Victoria.
yeah.
She doesn't care about you.
Yeah, she's two-faced.
Yeah.
Well, she's both in person and two-faced in some ways, yeah. So we're seeing that. She's just all
Yeah.
around horrible. Okay, so essentially and eventually, Victoria gets to sit down and talk with Matt, and she has a little bit of conversation. And
Super deep.
Chris Harrison walks up and
The best person to interrupt a date.
Yes, interrupts Victoria and Matt's conversation and was like, everything's going to change. Like, there's, you need to come with me.
Super dramatic.
Yeah, super
Yeah.
dramatic. And then pulls him out to the curb. And of course,
To the
what
curb.
happens?
We got a new girl.
We get one new girl, and then another new girl, and then another new girl, and they just keep coming out like the normal, first night of The Bachelor.
Yeah, except this time Matt is like not nervous. He's like, what's going on? Why is this happening?
Yeah.
There's no nerves because he's more like a different, like, I don't know. It's like he feels different this night than he does night one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's kind of almost like a different perspective because like, even though you think it's like the girls have the same advantage of like, you meet him first impressions, his first impressions of these girls is different than the first impressions of the other girls because he feels less nervous.
That's true. Yeah.
If that makes sense at all.
And all the girls made the point of like, oh, these are the shiny new toys. Like he's going to want to pick them over them. Well, them over them. Yeah. You get the them.
Yeah.
Because they are new. And, I don't know. Ultimately that is the case in some ways because he lets go older girls for these new girls.
Well, I guess shiny new toys might be one way to put it. But like literally these people who were saying shiny new toys, like, did you see their faces? They're like so tired looking, so like unhappy. Yeah. And like, of course, like the shiny new toys, the happy people are going to like,
they're like
shine through.
To be there.
Like if MJ was like, actually happy, then she wouldn't be like, she would be shiny too.
Yeah.
If she wasn't so like depressed looking.
Yeah.
That's true.
But so much drama. How do you?
Well, MJ, I really liked her in the beginning, but now I feel like she's kind of like Mean Girl.
She's getting meaner. I think she's just getting really tired.
Yeah, I think a lot of girls are changing. Like, or you can see their true colors, and they're like, I don't care. Like, and they'll act like even Piper. I think Piper was having a really great one-on-one conversation with Matt, and you're like, wow, she's so sweet. I love the way she smiles at him, and then you hear her crap talking another girl like, I don't care, so-and-so's. And it just looks terrible. I mean, I'm trying to find a really genuine girl on here, and so far it looks like Bree. Yeah, Bree's one of them. I think Abigail kind of slid last time because she was talking crap about Sarah too.
I don't think she was talking that much.
Not that much, but she joined in. Like, we didn't see all that she said.
That's true.
Yeah.
But
she did seem passionate about, like, being like, oh,
I want my time.
Yeah.
But then Katie's
genuine. Yeah.
genuine. Rachel, I do like Rachel.
Michelle, the new girl, she seems pretty genuine. I liked it.
But she hasn't been there for 3 weeks.
That's true. So we don't know. It's kind of like the first night.
Yeah.
I think Rachel is.
You gotta have Victoria bash you down for a couple of weeks first before you can actually see their true colors.
That's true.
So how do you feel about these girls being so mean to the new girls? I wasn't a fan.
They were horrible. You'd think they'd have a little consideration for the fact that they didn't choose to be there, but they treated them like crap in secondhand. They called them like the Varsity League, and they were the junior Varsity,
gosh.
and like
how old are these?
They were ignoring them coming
20s?
in, and they all gave them dirty looks. It was just like not the way you treat another human being.
I don't know. I feel like if they were like being normal, they should embrace them, be happy to see them, be kind. We saw this in last season with Claire as well, with the guys.
Because there's more, but that's all it would be. It would be frustration.
Like, the reason why I have one quote from, I think it's Rachel, she said something like kind of like, I was thinking the same thing, is if you're the one, you're the one. Yeah. Doesn't matter. You can bring in 100 other girls and it doesn't matter. So if they're so insecure about 5 other girls, then you're going to be insecure your entire relationship with this guy afterwards.
Yeah.
So it's like, don't worry about this guy.
Competition. Like that's going to happen in the real world. And
so if you want that, if that's the case, then you shouldn't be intimidated by new girls. You should be
embracing them. Yeah.
Just be like, whatever.
Yeah. And just saying, okay, well, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. But
yeah. But instead they got super dramatic.
What's meant for you will always be, won't miss you. That's the quote. What's meant for you won't miss you. I love that quote.
So, in the future, just be nice.
Yeah. Just be a good person.
Just be a good person.
Yeah.
That is all. But it wouldn't be dramatic enough for The Bachelor if they're good people.
Yeah. Yeah, you won't get a lot of airtime if you're nice.
So what was your first impressions of these new girls?
Let's see. Brittany.
She kissed him.
She kissed him, but you see her, she seems like a really nice person.
Yeah, she seemed nice.
I think the kissing part was kind of bold, but besides that, she was very nice looking.
Very confident. Very confident.
Yeah.
Yeah, Michelle, I thought she seemed super sweet, which I was right about.
I had zero impression of Michelle, but she had her first one-on-one date, so I was like, oh, okay, she's like a nice person. Now we got her.
She's a teacher, right?
Yeah, a teacher.
She's got teacher
because she wants to change lives of kids.
Yeah. There's another girl named Ryan.
Ryan, she seemed sweet as well.
And then
Kimberly.
Kim
got kicked off for some reason.
Yeah, maybe he's.
Yeah, my note for her was she seems odd.
Well,
but we didn't get to know her very well.
She's the kind of person where you can't. I'm sure her personality will come out like in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You can't like kick her off from night one because you'll never know who she is night one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's my guess. I don't know.
Catalina, she's the Miss Universe of Puerto Rico.
Catalina. So I'm Mari is also from Puerto Rico, right? Or her heritage is?
I think so.
Her family lives there right now or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
So Catalina is also from Puerto Rico, but
she's Miss Puerto
Catalina
Rico
has like Miss Universe or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
Puerto Rico Universe. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wants to be Matt's queen.
Yeah.
So, during the time where all
I heard that and I
are,
was like, oh God.
Yeah.
Here we go.
We know Victoria's about to shut this down. So Victoria, in the middle of all this, like, I think the first thing she says that really kind of just probably disturbed everyone was she said, so you quarantine this whole you quarantine as a backup. So you as a backup you quarantine so just for a backup. That's nice. Like as a backup, like trying to make them feel like less than. And that was stupid.
Victoria's just not from Earth.
I know.
Like
she's on a whole other world.
I don't know. I feel like
how somebody can act like that and think that it's normal.
Just be so rude and
What do you
horrible
mean?
and think that
the way that she
every
acts.
person on the internet is just like Victoria.
I know, but it's
I don't know.
So I think a lot of people think what Victoria thinks is normal.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think I've read the comments you read on the internet so bad. I mean, maybe politically, but
I mean, we can just read even the people
not out of nowhere
even the
like
people
this.
making
Just
comments.
vicious.
Even people making comments about Victoria are just as bad as Victoria.
no, I don't think so. I think it's an objective like evil.
It's a roundabout circle
It's a
here.
clear, I mean, people
Yeah.
can clearly see that's a bad person. That's like you can call that out because it's true. And
like
then
if she did that online, it'd probably be like an anonymous thing.
it's like someone saying
Like
calling out a bully, and the people who call out a bully and say she's a bully are bullies as well. Are they? I don't know.
Depends
Like,
how far it
Are
goes.
we
Yeah.
bullying Victoria saying we don't like her?
Kind of. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how it works.
Or if you guys like her?
What is the
then
line?
okay.
It depends. If we like Victoria, it depends. I don't know. It's a vicious cycle, isn't it? So we have Victoria bullying people, and are we bullying Victoria because we're saying?
I don't think calling
things about-
her out is bullying.
I'm not bullying her. I just
She puts herself in that position.
it's like I just don't understand her ways.
Yeah.
You know?
And that's how war starts.
And that's how war starts. Okay. Well, anyways, another war. Well, it looked like it was about to start when Victoria pulled this girl aside. It was Catalina, I believe. And Catalina comes over. She's like, oh, new friend. She looks all friendly. Victoria's
Yeah.
like, come here. And she's wearing a little crown. And, of course, Victoria's...
The crown that she earned.
That she earned. Yeah. She's like, come here just a second or whatever. And I want to get the quote because the line that she said, the words that came out of her mouth, including her actions of pulling the crown off of this girl's head and then putting it on her own and just like, you don't know the girl. You just took her crown and then made her look like a fool in front of everybody. When she
Yeah.
trusted you to like have a normal conversation. Like that was just cruel. That was just
Yeah.
rude and cruel.
I don't think Catalina needs to be upset though for her
I-
doing that. I think she needs to be like Victoria should be embarrassed for the way that she
Oh
acted.
yeah, no, 100%.
Yeah.
Like Catalina has nothing to be embarrassed about, but it's
that
almost
is-
like
it is embarrassing.
it
but,
is
like,
embarrassing
I
because
wouldn't-
you're part of that, and
Yeah.
then you're the person that kind of got did or like got to, like used.
Yeah,
and
in front of
it's not a good
everyone.
position to be in.
But Catalina learned very quickly that these girls aren't there to be her friend.
Yeah.
So Catalina's like, oh, a new friend.
Yeah.
Nope, no one wants to be my
shut
friend.
it down.
That's
yeah.
terrible. Oh my god.
No one
Don't
here
trust
wants
anyone
to be
ever
my
again.
friend.
Okay, so after that, after Victoria takes the crown, we
Essentially get the rose ceremony,
it's a rose
right?
ceremony. Yeah, it's a rose ceremony.
S-
And then we kind of hear a little back and forth about Anna, and the first talks about how Anna says Brittany's no good from what she heard, and then we find out a little bit more later. And then the date card. Oh, rose ceremony. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's talk about the rose ceremony.
Who goes home? I forget. Kim, for some reason, goes home.
Kim goes home. And then some original girls
But
too.
there are more roses, though.
Yeah.
Like they said initially, there aren't more roses, but there
'cause
definitely
they
was more
brought more
roses.
people,
Only
yeah.
3 people went home
Yeah,
or something.
Yeah, so that was wrong.
They gained 2 people from the process.
They did.
I think.
Oh gosh, is this gonna be
Never
a long
gonna end.
season?
Yeah, it's gonna be a really long season. But who went home that were older girl? They were.
It was.
There's this kind of
Kaylee? She's the one that wore the lingerie when she walked up.
Okay, yeah, Kaylee.
Okay,
I think that was one.
Yeah.
I think that's the same person. Wait, no, it's not the same. Kayla?
Kayla went home?
I think Kayla.
She's
3
the
people
Southern-
went home in total.
The Southern girl?
Next subject.
We'll put them on here after.
If I'm motivated
If we're
enough.
motivated.
There's a date card.
Oh,
correct?
yes, there is a date card. This is the group date.
Yep.
A lot of people are on it.
Yep.
This is the fall in love group date because Ben comes by, talks to Matt, and Ben's all like, hey, I was a bachelor once upon a time.
Yeah.
Here's some advice for
Why
you.
did Ben come? He didn't even win or like come out of Bachelor
Hey,
with the
I was in The Bachelor once upon a time. I didn't actually find a girl on The Bachelor, but I got some advice for you. If new girls come on my season, which they never did, but if they did, you got to embrace it. I actually don't really know. Something like that.
So the veteran girls are like super pissed that all these new girls get to go on the group date with Matt, which is fair.
Yeah,
Fair.
I would be.
It was 3 of the 4 new girls went on the group date.
Because the 4th one had a one-on-one.
Yep.
Yeah, I know, which is crazy. They must be pissed about that. I mean, they were already
They were,
mad
yeah.
before any of this happened. Like that must just like enraged them further.
What was funny during the group date, they had to dress up like they
Squirrels?
put the squirrel suits on.
Yeah.
And Anna was hiding one of the girls'
That was rude.
acorns.
It was Brittany's, wasn't it? Or one of the new girls?
It was one of the
I'm
new
pretty sure it was
girls.
Brittany. I could be
It
wrong.
might have
It's
been.
like hazing. It's so
Yeah.
immature. Anyways, also
I
Ben
thought it was
Higgins
kinda
comes before the
Shade
group
It was
date.
like a slightly like, it wasn't like a terrible thing to do. I just
Yeah.
thought it was funny.
Before the group date, Ben Higgins comes.
I said that.
Oh,
You already said that. Oh, maybe,
I had a whole
mean,
entire spiel about it.
That's what I was like
Not sure what you're talking about over there.
blacking out. Anyways, yeah. Ben Higgins, group date, squirrels.
Yeah.
Go for it.
And then
They were in a
the
pumpkin?
pumpkin kayaks look kind of dangerous.
Yeah.
We only saw one girl in the pumpkin. I was like, I want to see them all like in
Yeah.
the pumpkin.
Well, what's her name? The girl from Ethiopia's name? I forgot her name.
Maggie.
Oh,
Maggie,
poor
that was-
Maggie.
that was
She
cute.
was just all by herself, rowing the little thing in a
yeah.
circle. No one was around her. I think it was after everyone else had completed the challenge.
I'm
She's
pretty
still
sure
there.
that was like staged and editing to make it
Oh,
look
it
like
was
she was like there after
funny.
dusk.
Yeah.
But
It was
that was kind of funny.
So I didn't really write much down from this day. I didn't think it was super interesting.
Yeah, I mean, they had the
Was
little
there a
after party.
party
They had the
after?
after party, and then Anna gets interrupted by the new girl, Brittany.
Oh, that was
and that
dramatic.
was really awkward. It was kind of similar to the
Oh
time.
yeah, I forgot about that.
That
It
he was
was-
interrupted by Sarah. It was like the
It
whole
was a
5
Brittany
minutes,
versus
please.
Anna.
Can
Yeah.
I do 5 minutes? Oh, no, I don't want that. I'll have an extra 5 minutes. I'll just wait over here.
And
It
you
was
can see
a
her through
very
the glass.
similar situation with Katie and Sarah that we saw recently too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was awkward for sure. And then, of course, because Anna has beef on, well, she thinks she has beef on Brittany
How?
because she thinks she knows some stuff about what.
But
her,
like, who's telling?
yeah, that's
Like,
what I'm
hey,
wondering.
you're going on The Bachelor. Watch out for this girl who was not announced at all about being on The
Yeah, I
Bachelor.
know.
Or was she announced like way back when about being on The Bachelor, like on a Facebook thing or something?
I don't know. I don't
Brittany.
think so.
Because Anna was definitely
No, but
warned
this was a
about
surprise. Like, otherwise it wouldn't be a surprise. Then everyone would know that these people were coming.
Because we didn't know these girls were coming until like 2 days ago.
Yeah, so I think it. Yeah, that's. A
But
good
yet Anna
point.
was warned about Brittany somehow. Why? Who?
Yeah, who
I don't
did
understand the
this? Who said-
system.
Yeah. So, anyway, so she gets even more mad because she already has stuff on her, which we don't even know is true. It's all kind of the rumor mill. And so she goes off and she talks to Victoria, her new best friend, about it, and they gossip and tells Victoria that she is entertaining men for money, and that's where the whole clip, she's entertaining men for money, comes from.
good impression.
And thank you. And then Brittany.
That was on the commercials so much.
Brittany is likely, she thinks she's likely an escort because she knows all the wealthy men in Chicago, which is a huge leap. Like, okay, come on. I know lots of wealthy men. Am I an escort? No. Well, maybe I'm starting my own.
I guess I don't really understand. What's like the definition of an escort? I don't really know.
Yeah. Well, escort is essentially someone who like gets paid to go on dates with men.
Is it legal?
Be like,
It's legal.
So
yeah.
okay. So she's making legal money.
She's making legal money. So like
Great.
if that was what she was doing, fine. Like good for her. But like she rejected the
right. She says she's not, but anyways, if she was,
good for her.
Whatever.
Yeah, who cares?
Just like real estate.
Yeah, it's like real estate. So Michelle, the new girl, she gets a one-on-one.
A one-on-one.
And I am so glad she did. She's
am I offended or what?
They are
girls
pissed.
were pissed.
I've been waiting here for 16 weeks now.
I know. I really would have been upset about that if I was one of the girls. So I get this situation because she just got there and all these girls are like, you're going to have more time with him than I've had. And I've been here for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I've been there.
Yeah, you'd be.
And she just got here 2 days ago.
Jade would definitely be one of the girls adding to the party of people like gossiping about Sarah or something.
No, I would not do that.
I wonder where I would like play. I'd just be like, do my own thing. Like,
it's Victoria's up here. Take out the trash. And Jade's like, yeah, I don't like trash.
No. I would not be friends with Victoria. Don't even say that out loud.
Okay, so anyway, so it flashes. We find out that Michelle gets the one-on-one, and then we also see Anna accusing Brittany of being an escort, and it makes her cry. And she says, like, she's had a boyfriend since she was 16. She tries to refute it, but then again, it'll always be in people's minds that maybe it could be the case. And then Brittany says, it's just really, it's really hard, like, and then she's crying. And, of course, who butts in and says, okay, then get out of the house? Victoria.
Yeah.
Okay, then get out of the house. She was so, just out of nowhere. Yeah. Okay, that's so hard. Then you're going to say, okay, then get out of the house? Like, the lack of empathy there is insane.
It makes my skin itch.
I know. You're like, how are you this horrible? Like, who hurt you?
How is she real? Like,
yeah.
I don't understand.
She's out there and about just making people's lives miserable. And you know that she, like, exists in this world.
And how has Matt not seen it yet?
I know. And I'm so excited for next episode because we're going to find out, like, everyone's going to be revealed who's a bully. And it's going to include Victoria.
Oh, yeah.
Which is so exciting for me because it's like the truth will come out.
Yep. And hopefully.
I think the girls are still scared of Victoria.
Yeah.
Like,
they
are. They want to be on her bad side.
Yeah, they are.
That's why no one's saying anything.
But now they're gonna have to, like, they can like actually throw her under the bus because Matt's asking for it, and so they're gonna start stepping up and be, one after one. It's gonna say Victoria, Victoria, Victoria,
or they're just gonna say someone else's random name and staying instead.
I want Victoria to go after like Abigail or Rachel or
I know
like
she get off so quick.
One of the top girls,
Bree.
Yeah, because like I don't think Matt
or Michelle
or any of the other girls would stand for it if it was like one of those girls
because they're so sweet and they're good people and like everyone and that was kind of the case with
Marilyn.
Yeah,
she was sweet,
but nobody believed her.
No one believed her. So who knows if it would even it would be the same situation or not. I think 2 times in a row though that would probably red flag something in Matt's brain.
Victoria, like past episode of Marilyn, Marilyn's like a really awful person. She bullies me. Matt asked Marilyn, hey, Marilyn, you an awful person? No, I don't think so. You got to go.
You got to go.
I'm a good person, I think. No, you're not. I trust Victoria.
I just wonder when Victoria's going to go home.
When? She's
and how she's going to go home.
Katie and Victoria are definitely going to have a 2-on-1.
No.
Katie versus Victoria on a 2-on-1. That's going to happen. Victoria's going to go home.
You think?
That's the end of the story.
You think them too?
Yeah, Katie and Victoria 2-on-1 for sure. Victoria's going to go home.
Okay.
That's
what's going to
happen.
Then like I'll bring you
season. I feel like Victoria.
That's why it's going to happen this season.
But I think Victoria's so different. I feel like something else is going to happen.
She's going to go on a 3-on-1.
I feel like it's going to be more dramatic.
It's
going to be really dramatic.
It's going to be super dramatic.
Yeah.
Like she's going to lash out on everyone.
She's going to go down fighting.
I don't know about next episode.
Like the producer's like in her ear. All right, Victoria, this is getting bad. Just go crazy. Just go crazy now.
Self-destruct.
This is your last chance to cause drama.
Can we talk first about some money?
Yeah, I'm only gonna lash out if I get a little bit more.
So, Michelle.
Yep.
It cuts to Michelle and
scavenger hunt, extreme scavenger hunt.
Scavenger hunt, zip line. So at first they zip line, and then they pop balloons.
Was that called a scavenger hunt?
I think
it was called an extreme scavenger hunt.
Extreme.
And then they count to 3, and they say how many kids they want. And at the exact time, they both say 3.
Yeah, but how many people want 3 kids?
Such a normal answer.
I want 4.
16.
I don't want 3.
They're like, what?
Oh, different.
How much kids you want? 3. Well, we have so much in common.
Wow. I thought that was good because I definitely don't want 3. Anyway, so
16, right?
Then they go on a hot air balloon. They have a lot of chemistry, it seems. They have
and all the girls
kiss.
have binoculars for some reason.
Like, whoa, Can you imagine having your first kiss in a hot
cliche.
air balloon? And they all get jealous. And of course, yeah, that's what happens. And then find out she's a teacher. And then I guess it cuts to the group date. Is there
No,
anything
it
else?
cuts to Brittany and Katie talking about Brittany's rumors. So
Oh,
Brittany's
yeah.
all like, Katie, you're the only good person in the house, and they're making
Please
rumors
help
of me. And Katie's
Fight
like,
for me.
well, that's unacceptable.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they're like, and then so now this is where Katie gets all the, and Katie says, well, if one girl knows, everyone in the house knows.
That's true.
Like
Yeah.
the girls from the group date said like, I was saying a rumor, and she's like, well, everyone knows this rumor now.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not just those group date girls; it's everyone.
And then during the group date, they're training like for boxing out in the forest or the woods, and then they go and they
Boxing.
actually do boxing in,
what's
in
funny?
the ring.
You know what's funny?
What?
When they said the group date, and they were like, you're going to fight for Matt's love. And they're all like, no.
Yeah,
They knew
no.
exactly what was going to happen.
Yeah.
So that means we're going to punch each other in the face.
Yeah,
That
I
was
would
the
love
worst
to be on
date.
that.
There should never be a boxing match for
No,
dates.
it was way
for boys or girls, they should stop
I would
with
love
the
that
boxing
though.
matches.
I would really like. I think a lot of girls were like, "Yes, I could finally get my aggression
Oh,
out."
but it's just too much.
It is too much. I mean, yeah,
Those
physical
girls are
fighting.
small.
You know, don't do it, kids.
All those girls
don't,
are-
You know, don't
are
resort.
Well,
to
it's more like these girls are just untrained, and I feel bad for people who don't actually want to be boxing, and they're getting punched in the face.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Like, I don't want to
Like,
be
I
here,
didn't sign
please.
up for this nonsense.
I wonder
Yeah,
why
that's
Victoria
true.
didn't go on that date.
She didn't?
I wonder why she didn't.
I don't know, but they did cut the date early.
Yeah, they
Well,
did
Matt
because
called it.
Yeah, he was
he
like,
was
this
like-
is uncomfortable, and you just punched my favorite girl in the face?
yeah, Serena P. She gets hit in the nose.
Oh, I forgot about Serena. She's also a nice person.
Yeah, but yeah, she's the one who got hit in the nose, and that's when it cut.
Yeah.
They called it quits. And then
Yeah,
they
that was
had the after
awful.
party where everyone was on. There were no winners or losers.
Mm-hmm.
And then we see Anna and Victoria's besties a little bit more.
To
The two
to the
mean
face.
girls, huh?
Do the talk. Like,
I just feel like
okay, it's too much. Stop.
She's like, I don't even know what she says. What did she say?
I don't know.
she's
entertains
just gossiping
men for
more.
money.
Yeah, this is where the
She
entertainment's for
entertains
men.
for money.
Entertains me.
Because before she didn't actually mention that, did she? Or is she expanding on it now?
I think she's expanding on it. Well, at
Yeah,
least
she
I think
keeps
she
going.
expanded on it before, and then no, they have the confrontation, and then I think they're just talking a little bit more and like gossiping and saying mean things about everybody. I think she's of course included, like, you know, still talking back and forth about her, and then Victoria's like, well, yeah, she is, like, she's definitely this or whatever, and they're like laughing, and we find out everyone's essentially a beach at this point because
A
we
beach?
see a beach.
Siesta Key?
Yeah, at Siesta Key.
Number one
actually,
beach
yeah.
in America?
Is it really?
Yeah,
I think it's
Clearwater.
close. Gotta be close.
Clearwater.
It can't be anymore. I feel like they say that every year.
They do.
They do.
And we'll just run with it for a while longer.
Anyways, so they're all horrible, and I mean, even I think that's where we see Piper being horrible, and like a couple other girls that are like, well,
This
or
is
like,
this is where Rachel actually
MJ.
is less horrible.
Yeah, Rachel's less horrible. MJ's more horrible.
Yeah.
Piper's more horrible, and then I forget. There's another girl that's a little bit. Maybe Chelsea's pretty horrible too. We see her.
Chelsea.
She jumps in the mix.
Chelsea.
Who's Chelsea?
Chelsea, shaven hair. Shaved
Oh,
up.
yeah.
Oh, she jumped. Oh, yeah,
was
she
jumping
did.
in. She did.
I
She
mean,
jumped in the
she
mix.
wasn't that bad.
She wasn't that bad. She wasn't
But-
that bad, but she definitely like added to
What
it.
I think is weird is like all of our top runners for like our top 5 kind of thing. We're all the nice people.
Yeah.
I mean, except for me, I had the
Because
worst.
everyone wants a
I had the
nice
worst.
person,
I had the worst people in my top 5.
Yeah.
But like the internet's top 5 people when the shows
all the
first
nice
started were
people.
all like generally nice people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like the people who weren't in the top 5 are like the mean girls.
Yeah.
But it's like, how did we know so quickly who these nice people were? How do we sense this?
I don't know.
It's like a sense we
maybe
humans
it's a voice
have.
thing, like just how you treat others thing.
But it's weird. Like we saw like people guessed top 5 based on pretty much appearance to begin with, or the first episode, without actually seeing all these negative traits further on.
That's true. And
Isn't
so
that-
people are like, crap. Like I thought this person was gonna be nice, like Abigail. Like, I'm not slamming Abigail. She gave like one comment, but I was just so shocked.
She
I
did
thought she
one
was
thing
like
wrong and
pure through and through.
She would never live it down.
Yeah.
I think Abigail's only quote was like,
She
took our time.
Yeah,
She stole her time.
Yeah, she stole her time, and we didn't. Yeah, but she kind of got heated too.
Yeah.
For her. Anyways, I was just.
I'll defend
I was
Abigail.
disappointed.
She was great. Keep it up.
She is. I think she's great for the most part. I was just astounded. I was like, why would you jump in the mix? You're so sweet and innocent. Don't do it. And then not Kat. Katie. So close. Katie comes to Matt
Mm-hmm.
about the bullying in the house, and that's kind of the main thing that I got excited about, because I'm like, okay, truth is about to come out. And so Matt says he's going to get to the bottom of it. And he says, if you have to put other people down, that's not what he's looking for, or something like that. And then, so it cuts off, it ends at that point where it's like, we must find the truth. Like we must figure out who's bullying and shut it down.
But you know what Katie did that was very smart?
What?
That no one's ever done before in the past.
What?
Ever.
What?
Maybe you're wrong. Maybe I'm wrong.
Ever.
But Katie said one thing that's very, very wise.
What?
She said, bring it up tomorrow with all the girls around. Because normally,
he pulls it,
the guy
aside.
The guy, he would have went right back into that group date there.
Yeah.
And he would have said, who's the bully?
Yeah.
And then they would have known that it was Katie who said something.
Yes, and then Katie would have gotten in trouble for ruining the night. Yes.
She's incognito.
She just planted the bomb.
It's
she
like,
just
hey,
walked away.
Take this information, tell it tomorrow when they don't know it's me who said it. So
That's
smart.
a good point, yeah.
Just thought I'd leave that in there.
Well, that's the end, but then at the very, very end where they have the clip, I found it so, I don't know if you guys watched that far, but it was freaking hilarious. It had the girl that looks like the voodoo girl.
Ethiopia.
Maggie, yes.
We always forget Maggie's name. I'll get it right someday.
Well, I know her for other things. I forget her own name. So it's Maggie and Matt, and they're in a room, and it's hilarious. Matt's dancing to no music, and he's like, I'm just gonna vibe. I'm just gonna throw some moves in there, and you just adjust. And she's just sitting there on the couch, and while he's like,
oh gosh,
to no music.
That's kind of like depressing with The Bachelor, right? Is like there's never any music playing because of they're filming and for editing purposes they never play music.
But it was so awkward because you could just hear tapping on the sofa, just normal background noises, and he's just full going for it. And that cracked me up. It was a nice little ending. But I cannot wait till next episode so that we can find out, what happens, who gets outed. And I think that's probably the most exciting thing so far for me, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It's like they're their next date should be like a jail lineup,
Yeah. Who
was the bully? That one.
Yeah.
That one.
It was her. Yeah.
So I think that's it for this episode.
Yeah.
I have one final note I wrote, and it's just be nice to Catalina.
Be nice.
Be nice to Catalina and all the rest of the girls.
Wait, do we want to talk about Victoria being on Good Morning America?
I don't really know much about that, but tell us.
So I was just reading about it, about her interview, and they kind of brought up her calling the girls sluts and whores and all other name calling. And in quotes, it says on Google, she says, they knew me and knew my heart and knew that I really never had ill intent. So I think they hit differently just because they know me. Larson told Good Morning America, it was all in good fun. If my words or actions hurt anyone, I sincerely apologize and I'll do better and hold myself accountable. I'm not a bully. I'm really not.
So does that...
It's easy for her to say that now to America who hates her now, but... to do it in the moment and not be I'm not changing. I don't care what you say, but enough people will change her.
Okay, so if that's the case, you can keep me going.
She said, I don't think my kindness really got to show through. I really do have a good heart.
So if that's the case, last week when everyone seemed to be friends with her all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Is this the point in the show where the producers or her were saying to the girls, hey, by the way, I'm going to say a bunch of mean things to you, but it's not true. It's all just for the show. So everyone's like, oh, she's actually a nice person.
But then again, how does she deliver it the way that she does? She would have to be a master actress. I don't know. It seemed way too genuine for her to just be I'm just going to throw this in the mix for the ratings.
Hey, I'm going to say really nasty things about you. Don't take it too seriously. Yeah. Who knows? So that's it for this episode. Yeah. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Keith.
I'm Jade.
And I'm Callison.
Follow us on This Is Not a Date Podcast on Instagram. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, what just happened to their camera?
Look at me. Hi.
What happened to their camera?
Why do I look little? I look littler.
No, you don't.
I don't? Thanks.
Yeah, you do.
Thanks. I'm trying to give myself a compliment. No, you don't.
No. Hey guys, welcome to
I'm sorry.
3, 2.
Wait. My baby
burped?
There's a baby burp. Okay, sorry.
3, 2, 1. Hey guys, welcome to This Is Not a Podcast. I'm Keith.
I'm Jane.
And I'm Callum.
What's going on, Jane?
I was laughing about the burp.
Hey guys.
Wait, sorry.
3, 2, 1. Hey